Welcome to Friday Brew Review. Despite the fact that we both have coughs and we're sick, we're still trucking along.
Friday Brew Review.
Welcome. Alright, how you guys doing today? Great? Good. Let's go. Alright, today we're looking at ourselves some chai maple ale from Whistler Brewing Company in Whistler, BC.
Yeah, and what do we got today, Tom?
We got the most Canadian ale ever.
So Canadian, you'll start to hate Americans.
So Canadian that it will make you grow a playoff beard by the time you are done drinking it.
That works for me.
Alright,
Shall we uncap?
let us uncap.
Tom, do you have a Whistler Brewing Company bottle cap for your collection?
Yep, and now I have two.
Alright, I'm gonna go right ahead and destroy mine purposefully, because I'm just a spiteful, angry man. Alright. I hate you. Okay.
Right now, I've done a little bottle sniff, and I can smell the maple already.
You just doing your smell impression right out of the bottle?
I'm just a rogue smell impressor.
You're just... okay. Well, I'm gonna pour now. What do you think, Tom? Time to pour?
Smells like a
Wow.
big old
You know
bottle of
what?
maple syrup.
It smells so much like Aunt Jemima. I thought she was here right now. I'm like, is Aunt Jemima here? Seriously, it's so sweet. And I know that almost every beer we've reviewed, I've said that it was so sweet, but
No, this literally smells like a bottle of maple syrup.
I could just sit here all day and just smell this bottle. But I won't.
Don't turn off the video. Just kidding.
Yeah.
One more.
Alright.
Okay. We're pouring. And
pouring.
what are we seeing here?
What are we seeing?
Well, we're seeing a nice dark brown
Ale.
ale.
We're seeing it. It's here. And,
Can't expect too much, Ed.
well, who do you think you're talking to here? Alright, Tom.
Alright, so
I'm gonna give it another smell impression. It's almost fuller now, obviously, because you got more smell coming in. Even though we're sick, so we got plugged up noses.
well, we got
Regardless,
yeah,
it's impressively potent smell going on here.
yeah.
So sweet, and I'm smelling something else, and it's the spiciness as well.
Yeah, I didn't get it out of the bottle, but in the glass I'm getting more of the chai.
Yeah, this is a chai maple ale. It's got both going on. We're going to talk about that a bit later, but I think sip time?
Sip time.
All right.
Wow.
I love this already.
This is sweet.
I really like it a lot. It's definitely a dessert.
It's a dessert. This is the dessert.
Yeah, this is a dessert for sure. And you know what? I almost, it doesn't have technically, coffee, but it just has that same kind of like a coffee, almost bitterness to it. Do you know what I mean?
It's the chai.
Yeah.
The chai mingles with the maple flavoring.
It's definitely the chai,
But yeah, this is
there's a nice bitter to it.
amazingly sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's talk more about what this is exactly in its composition. So it's just a normal old ale. So top fermented and all that. And we got chai and we got maple added right into the mash apparently.
Yeah, so that really shows.
Yeah.
It kind of overpowers everything.
Yeah. And for people who don't know, chai tea is characterized by cloves and cinnamon, and both of those really add a lot of spice. So that's where we're getting all that kick from.
I think that accents the maple syrup pretty well. Without it, it would be too sweet.
Yeah, no, and without the sweetness, that would it would be too much. It would be too tart. Do you know what I mean? You would just, because it's pretty sharp with the chai, and without not just a little bit, but quite a substantial amount of sweetness from the maple syrup, there would be absolutely no balance to it. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm already almost on my midway mark here. I'm just loving this ale. It's so good.
It's a dessert in itself.
Yeah, and I just had a midterm exam, so
Would you say this is a good after midterm ale?
yeah, it's a good time for it. But I wouldn't want to have too many. I think I'd start to feel a little bit ill if I drank too much of this because of the sweetness of it.
I'm thinking one of these 650 ml bottles is the perfect amount.
Yes, it's probably good. Probably good to go.
It's just the richness, especially sweet richness, is too much if you have too much.
It's a lot darker in color than I expected. It's almost black. Like it's a dark brown, but with the absence of
It's
light.
a nice kind of mocha head going on, like a stout.
Yeah, it's like a stout, but it doesn't have that. Obviously, it's a completely different profile.
It's not as thick as a stout, but color-wise,
Yeah, and pretty standard alcohol content's only 5%. You generally see probably something a bit more with a stout, but not necessarily.
yeah, this is it's a light ale. It's nice, sweet, light flavor.
So how is it hitting you as a midway impression?
I have a strong maple aftertaste going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is pushing through my sinus congestion.
Yeah. Well, thanks to the chai. Yeah. I don't want to rush in, but this is such a foodie beer. What would you pair this with? I mean, I'd be afraid to pair it with something too sweet because, you don't want to have. I mean, who has ice cream and beer? But you know what I mean? There's almost
It feels
a
like a
similarity.
dessert beer. I can't stop thinking about pancakes just because it feels like I'm eating pancakes right now.
Yeah.
Just because of that strong maple flavor, just making my brain go, pancakes.
Yeah. But I'm definitely tasting a whole lot of cinnamon, but not the cinnamon sugar. You know what I mean? It's the sharp cinnamon. And a lot of the times when people think cinnamon, they think Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or they think cinnamon buns. But, that's mostly sugar with a little bit of cinnamon, you know what I mean? And you're going to really taste the proper cinnamon,
Yeah.
It gives it an edge. It's not going to make it sweeter. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know if I want a big swig this later. I don't know about you, but
I just want to savor it.
I mean, we'll do a big swig, but I don't know if it's going to.
Of course, we're going to do it.
I don't know if it's going to turn out well. Is all I'm going to say. You know what I mean?
Well, we're not going to do a King half swig.
Yeah, there's going to be no more chugging. If anyone missed episode 4, we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. Well, Tom, I'm not gonna dwell on it. We're just gonna do the big swig right now. What do you think?
I think that it is time.
Big swig.
It is time.
All right, cheers it. I'm kind of ashamed that I always cough from the big swig. Every time. We got a little cough montage going. But
How did it hit you?
It happens. What does that do?
What does it do?
Well, I think the big swig itself. It didn't do much. Obviously it's a fairly smooth beer. It's not gonna be too hard to drink this. Obviously, it's not so rich that you can't do a big swig. But it's not going.
But it doesn't do anything different, right?
Yeah, it's pretty consistent with the big swig in comparison to the regular swig.
You're not hit by a big alcohol content or any kind of tartness.
Yeah.
That you would get in a stronger IPA or something.
Another thing I've noticed about this beer is that there's no aftertaste. There's a small aftertaste, but nothing that lingers. Nothing that changes the flavor. Do you know what I mean by that?
Right, it's not a flavor-altering aftertaste. It's just a light kind of smell of maple in the back of your nose kind of thing.
Yeah, and so it's consistent in that the whole beer is gonna have you kind of have a uniform kind of experience throughout the entire beer. So, I think that's good in this case because it's quality. I like what they're doing.
Yeah,
and I don't think it needs to change. And it's nice because I feel like most of the beers that we've
It's a
reviewed
nice,
so
yeah, it's a
far
chill beer.
has had that kind of
I think-
aftertaste.
Kind of when you see chai maple, you think, I want to chill and have one of these and just relax.
Yeah, you're not proving anything when you come with a chai maple. You're just doing it for the taste. Well, and the curiosity. You know what I mean? Like chai maple beer. Let's try it. You know, and I think it works.
Yeah, it's different. It's interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's worth picking up. You know,
Give her a try.
Yeah.
See what you think.
what do you think about the big swig?
The big swig tasted the same as a small swig, but bigger.
So yeah, same kind of conclusion. All right. So what kind of a night would you recommend this for?
Night by the fire on Christmas Eve.
Oh yeah. Hey, I'm feeling you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a couple of these for Christmas Eve, I think.
I think so too.
Especially if
In a Santa mug, sitting by the fire.
in a Santa mug. In a Santa mug, wearing a Santa suit, with the presents under the tree, and the mistletoe overhead, just in case. And you're chilling with your beer, chai maple.
Yeah. Get
Ready for anything.
get a picture of yourself by the fire. That's your Christmas card.
Yeah. And then you just invite a bunch of people over, and you sit and you wait. And when they come in, you say, hey, come sit under the mistletoe with Santa. You know?
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Closing comments?
Closing comments. Well, sweetness is still there.
Yeah.
It's right there on your palate.
Really, I'm almost feeling it on the tip of my tongue, too.
Yeah, I'm feeling it.
Twirling back?
Yeah. Tickling your tonsils, tip of the tongue. It's sitting there. It's
Having fun.
Having fun.
Boom, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, ch, bum, 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 bum. Have a good day.
We both have coughs and we're sick.